Hello everyone, this is Zebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So I've been spending quite a fair bit of time pushing AFK stages, and I think this season's AFK stages is a lot more rewarding because of the phase ranking system as well as the rewards based off your final rankings over here. And last but not least, an increased amount of upgrading materials, to be more specific, season training manual, which can give you a level advantage in other game modes. So yeah, AFK stage is pretty worthy to push at the higher deficit. So this is where currently we are at 425. My friend is freaking insane at 450. So we are 4 days ahead of the max limit. So personally speaking, I don't encourage you guys to do it on a day-to-day basis, right? You should just push based on your own enjoyment and not stress yourself up on this one, because as much as you get a good chunk of rewards right here, you don't want to burn yourself up just grinding AFK stages on a day-to-day basis. So for me, because I have something on in the next few days and I won't be playing as much, so I decided to push more in my free time right here. And without further ado, let us start with some advanced tips and tricks that can help you push through your deficit stages faster. So starting off with the first one, if you go into the records right here with the latest updates in the Waves of Intrigue season followed by the Chains of Eternity season, we have this records of other players' clear runs itself, and we are able to tell whether or not it's manual battle or auto battle based off the tabs right here. So what you can see is the levels of the units, the tiers of the units, as well as the artifact of the units together with the factional talent use. But what you can't see is the equipments on those units. But what you can see right here is the value of the unit's overall power at the point of this player clearing this stage right here. So his OD is 1182k. right, at level 315. So if I were to go into my own OD right here, my OD at 324 is at 1368k. So this means that my OD is way stronger at the point of him clearing this stage. And this means that maybe for that stage itself, it's not just about stats. It could be because of more efficient targeting mechanics, right? Targeting the right units, bringing down the correct unit faster, and then potentially winning the match there. So this is where you can go into the replay, run through the whole records right here, and then see the targeting priority of the different units. So in this case, looking at his team, his only unit that has some sort of targeting priority will be OD right here. So focusing on the OD to see, which unit he throws the poison at will be the key to zooming into faster pushing, because this will save you a lot of time, because you don't know which unit to focus on. You have to think of the comp and what's potentially skills that he can manual. So in this case, most likely is OD. There could be a possibility where he could be holding the Smokey's ultimate, but it's pretty unlikely. So these are the things that you need to think of when you look at the comp itself. There are certain replays where you really have to time the skills down to the millisecond in order for you to clear it, based on my own experience. So yeah, like being able to find the correct timing to use your skill, right, getting to your win condition right here, which is the OD insta poison as well as the Smokey ultimate right here, will help you push through deficit stages by referring to other players' replay more easily. It is also important to note that there are certain stages where there's just no records, and what this means is there could be a lot of players that just skip through this stage by requesting for proxy battle, which is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna start the battle because Dande is gonna silence us, blast our whole team, and then we can't clear it. So let's go at 2 times. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna send out the proxy request right here in the AFK synergy battle, and then request for the help of the other ally. So what you can do is go into guild, ask for specific units you need to clear this stage, or you can actually send it to your friends within your friendlies and then ask them for the units. For example, I'm gonna send it to Ward, and I'm gonna ask Ward, hi Ward, can I request for a Smokey? Right, so Smokey is pretty versatile, so you request for a Smokey and then he can send it over, and then he can help you clear through your AFK stages at a higher deficit level much more easily. So that's with regards to requesting for help. Certain stages that are simply just unclearable, you have to go to the proxy battle site and then request for the specific units to help you push through. Next level tuning is also important, because there are certain units which are usually your main damage dealer. There are certain stages where you need to push through the stages with more damage, and this is where you want to keep one slot within your Hands of Resonance to be 10 levels higher than the other 4 slots. So these slots will usually be your carry slot, because this will give you more stats onto the carry, 10 levels above other units, and this will allow you to push through your stages with greater ease with your hyper buffed carry in terms of the level side. So with regards to the resonance level, do not have to worry too much, because right now, as you guys can see, we are at 314, so we should be able to hit the 320 resonance level once we reach the 318 or 319 average level on the other 4 units. So this is where we will talk about the next stuff, which is the seasonal equipments right here. So seasonal equipment will be affected by your resonance level, and this is where you want to upgrade your equipments as much as possible for you to push through your stages. So this is really for the min-maxing, for those of you guys who want to min-max on your deficit push so that you get greater efficiency of your forging stones, right? Because if you were to push at a massive deficit, there will be, I'll say, like a lot of stones required for you to upgrade your weapons, your equipments, and then you might not have enough subsequently once you jump into the next level cap itself. So this is where you want to take a look at the units that you use commonly for your pushes itself, and then upgrade the equipments accordingly, right? In most cases for myself, I'll actually not upgrade until I'm super duper stuck at a specific stage, which I don't get any damage and I need those stats for the damage itself, or I need those defensive stats for survival. Then I will actually upgrade the equipments, as you guys can see right here. So there are certain equipments which are still not upgraded, not because I don't want to, but because I think I don't need it, and I'll only upgrade it when I need those stats or I need those class of equipments for pushing in general. So that's with regards to the equipment upgrading side, because eventually these stones, once you reach the higher level itself, it will take up quite a fair bit to upgrade, and then you might have a deficit if you just randomly upgrade stuff which you don't actually need that much. So that's for the equipment side of things. Okay, so the next step will help you increase your efficiency in terms of pushing, because there's quite a few sources of season training manual, not just on the AFK stage side. There's season training manual on the Legends Trial. There's also other upgrading materials in Dream Realm, Arena, or even Supreme Arena based on, you know, how far your levels are. So what you want to do is run through the AFK progression. This will greatly increase your efficiency, right? There are certain teams which are just very auto-friendly, so you just use the auto-friendly team, copy it, and then auto battle, and then go do other stuff as your team is running on auto. So this way you'll be running 2 tasks at the same time, and then by the time the team autos and then fail in the next 1 or 2 stage, you might be done with at least 2 or 3 levels of your Legends Trial. And this is where, with the same amount of time, you're able to farm up more progression, and then hopefully you can get more season manual to give you more levels, which will translate to greater efficiency. So yep, that's pretty much it for today's video, right? Just a very simple one. Right now we are at a stage where we have to hard manual everything. So yep, it's super duper late here. I'm gonna end the video and I'm gonna end my push for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this season's AFK pushing as much as I do so far, and I will see you guys again in my next AFK journey video. Bye guys.